Okay, the next technique that we're going to be doing against a right jab. Scoot back just a little bit. This just basically is like a headlock choke, very basic one. Dropping all your body weight on top of him. As part of the arm digging into the nerve and body weight down on it too as well. A little slower. This is what we're doing here. We're sticking the fingers in the eyes as we come in. And we take another step through as we grab the hair. We hit to the neck and grab. Take another step and kick out. Oh yeah! Dropping right on top of him and locking him up into that. Now, for him to try to reach back, he can't reach back for the simple reason I have my elbow buried in his bicep. Okay, right there. Very painful for him. Head down, body weight on top of it. Right there. Hit. This is a hit too as well. Into this. You got him on blocked or off balance. Drop straight down and put your head down on top of his head. Huh? Go this way. That is just a parry. All I'm doing is putting that hand to the outside of my shoulder there. And this one knocks it over just a little farther, and I have a trap on his arm. So he cannot disengage and do anything with me. If I have it below the elbow, he can disengage and hit me. So I have that trap while I'm digging in his eyes here. Step and hit. Step and down. Right here, I'm going to ask you to try to poke me in the eyes. Right, poke me in the eyes with the other hand, or the other hand he would. He can't reach back real good because I have this elbow pinned on his bicep. Okay? Last time. Right to there. Digging up into the eyes as you put, hit, another step, drop, spread your legs apart for a good base, elbow in his bicep, and pull up, and head down. Very simple, very effective technique, one of my favorites. Okay, the next technique that we're going to crossbow. It's another variation of the crossbow. We're going to be doing this against the right jab. And I'm going to explain to you why you do it. We have two separate techniques that you can get into the same way. And this is a what-if situation right here. Right jab. Okay, your parry, your hit, your elbow. Right here is where you're going to get into it. Okay? So turn and drop, and there is your crossbow. Now the reasoning for it is if you want to try to get into hammer, which we have done already with your punch, here where you bend the arm, and the arm, you can't get the arm bent, you just go into a straight arm crossbow lock, and that's what we're doing now. Okay, same thing applies. This in and body weight down for the pain. Just keep him moving so he's off balance. When he's off balance, he can't hit, punch, or kick you. If he even tries, it'll be a feeble attempt at the most. You're banging his arm up as you're going into this. Arm should be, this part of the arm should be right above the elbow. Okay? This way. Step in, parry, hit, back knuckle to the bicep, down, elbow to the bicep, grab the back of the arm, turn, and drop. Last time. The footwork. Parry, hit, elbow. You're stepping in behind him with your left leg in this case, and right now that's where you grasp the arm. Okay, you've already considered bending the arm into a hammer. it doesn't work. He wants us to keep his arm straight, so let him keep his arm straight. Then the right foot, or the inside foot, will pivot 180 degrees and drop down to the left knee. Okay? Let the arm slide up to your shoulder and compress and drop. Okay? Last time for the footwork. Step in, lock, pivot 180 degrees with the right, using your hips. Drop down on your left, let the arm slide up, and lock. Okay? Okay, the next technique we're going to and we're going to have an A and B variation on it. One is with a strike, one was without strike, the first one is without. It's Kaitanagi, or the warrior way Kaitanagi, not the more modernized Kaitanagi way. Okay? Let's go from this direction over here. I'll take you this way. Okay? You notice my hips did the work, not my arm strength. All I did was right here and turned. And this is what you're doing. Stepping out, and we're going to do a double slash block down to his triangulation point. It rotates over. I grab his wrist. I grab the inside of his elbow. I turn my foot, my hips, and throw. Almost impossible for a guy to resist this if you go to the principles. Right here being one. I've already got him going forward, and the hand comes up, bending the arm. That's the trick to this technique. It's bending the arm. This is where the hammer lock come in for police and arrest restraining technique. Okay? Now the B variation. Everything stays the same with the exception of this. We're going to drive a knee into his body, stepping down, rotate, then throw. This is if somebody, if you don't have the confidence, he's a big, strong, muscular guy, or whatever, you want to slow him down a little bit. Down to his triangulation point, knee, and hit. Get that knee in as fast as you can, though. Make sure you use your hips when you do it. Don't use strength. You don't want to get tired. Last time. Okay. Okay, the next War Eagle, or Gakyu Kotegashi, reversed wrist out turn in American, and we're going to be doing this against a hook punch. Okay? What we're doing here, we step in, not straight in, blocking and hammer fisting right below the ear, neck area. Take a step back, crossing the thumbs on the back of the hands, stepping through. Take one more step through and down to my center. Make sure when you throw, you're in a nice, low throwing horse stance. You do not want to have your feet together. Closer together, less balance you have, and the lower you are, the better the throw. Hit coming off the line. Step back just a little bit, let it clear to here. You also have the gakun right on the back of the wrist. This is what's going to make him go with you so much more. Okay? So this way, let me show this. These are little secrets to what makes these throws work a guy resisting, not to mention you already hit him with a throw. Every year you soften him up. Right here, say you didn't get a good hit and you cross the thumbs. I'll have him resist as much as he wants. The pain is just too intense. Because it's my body weight doing it, not finger strength. I've just concentrated all my body weight on that bone right there. Gaku meaning body weight. Okay? Hold to your center. You got to be in a horse stance when you get done with the throw. Sturdy, breathing out. Coming to your center. Nice wide horse stance. Okay, last time. Out. Here. Cross. Through. Down. We're going over a Shogun. We're going over a Shogun directional throw. We got an A and B variation. This is also against a hook punch. Okay. The A has little movement on it with a strike. The B has more movement on it. Basically, third level, we try to introduce you to movement, like War Eagle, the last technique that we did, and Shogun, this one, and one later on. Okay, this is A, hook punch. We're stepping out with the hammer fist. Drop and take down this knee, the ever-present knee, drop pin. It's a strike as well as a pin. You lock, just basically lift yourself up, tearing the shoulder out of socket. Okay? Well. Way. Make sure you never step straight in. Make sure you never step straight in with this technique. It's out to the side, hitting and blocking at the same time. The hand comes down, grabbing the wrist. Here, the shoulder goes into play. You play peekaboo, turn, drop to your center, forward and drop your knee. This keeps the opponent from spinning out of you, spinning out of your technique. Right there. You have him skeletally locked. It's impossible for him to spin out. He was off balance. Didn't take nothing for me to take him down. That's the secret to Shunagi. Keeping the guy skeleton locked and off balance all the time. Right there he's off balance. He's off balance even more. And it's broke. Okay, last time for A. And down. Okay, now more moving Shogun. Start that, it's the same thing, we just have an extra step with it. Okay. This is more along the lines for knife attacks, club attacks, things of that nature. You can use it against a punch as well. What we're doing, stepping out, there's my strike. Knife hand to the bicep, because I want to keep this technique flowing. This would break the flow just a little bit. Here, I have it. Keep it, I have him off balance. Through. Down one, knock up. A lot of footwork in this one. Hit. Down. Through. Lock up. That's why they call it, actually four directional throw. It can be done in any direction. The directions that you can do this technique in is limitless, as long as you have the correct principle. You can take a step forward with any foot, do it anyway, as long as the principles are correct. Okay. The footwork, let's go ahead and here. Let's go out of the way. Going to do the footwork for you just for a minute. This is something that you really need to practice. A lot of techniques use this step. Okay? Stepping out, hitting, down, through, turn, and then step forward. So there's a lot of footwork. This is for a right punch. You do the same thing opposite on the left. Down, See, there's a lot of footwork in there. Okay. Last time, let's do it from this angle. That's what it's doing to him. He's off balance throughout the technique. Watch his base, watch his feet while I'm doing this technique. He's off balance throughout the technique. Okay, last time. He has no idea which way he's going. Okay? Thank you very much. The technique that we're going to do is called soldier, concept wads against a hook punch. We have an A and B variation, and basically what the A and B is going to be the takedown parts is the only thing that's going to be different. The rest of the technique will remain the same. It's against a right hook punch. Okay. This time we're stepping in with the opposite leg here and punching through the head, grab, lock, step back and drop. And what this step is for, normally you'd always want to try to step here to dissipate the power of the punch. Basically what it means is we thought he was going to throw this punch and he'd throw this punch, or he'd throw a double punch. We'll get into that stuff in later levels, but it shows you that you can do the same technique stepping any direction. We'll go through the head. Big hand just comes over and you grab the hand just like that. Okay? And this hand comes over. As this hand, you got to hold this wrist, you got a wrist lock there, then this arm just rides it down, grabbing onto the wrist, stepping in and drop. As soon as that shoulder touches my thigh, I retract and drop down to that knee. That arm should be straight up in the air. Okay? Have a wrist lock, have an elbow lock, and a shoulder lock, all at the same time. This technique is mainly meant for somebody you don't want to destroy. Okay, we're going to do it one more time. You're hurting pretty good, but you're going to control the arm from being broke. Just compress them down, using the ground as a base against the shoulder so the shoulder can't move and you've gotten pain. Okay, the B variation, a little more destructive. Basically, you're not giving the guy a choice. Well, you are. You're giving him a choice. If he goes with it, he might survive. If he doesn't, his arm will break. You see, we just drop straight down, right on top of the arm. Your armpit should be as far down and close to him as possible. Arm still straight up. Okay? So again, slowly. Hit. Grab over here. Now you got to get this arm compressed before you kick the leg out. That's probably one of the biggest things people do not do with this technique, is they don't get the arm compressed before they drop. You have to have that. Okay, let's go this side. Watch as his arm will be compressed before I kick my leg out. See? Have to have that, because if you don't, you're going to end up out here like this. That's not a good place for you to be. You don't have good control. Okay? Dropping all your body weight on his arm. This way. So that arm just rolls over, drop, compress, hit, and drop. Spreading the legs out for a good base. Drop your body weight on the arm. Okay, right here. going to go over is called heavy tension nagi, Japanese. We're going to do it against the hook punch. Okay, slowly. What you're doing is you're chopping down on the arm to the rear left quarter unbalancing point. At the same time, you're hitting him in the chest, up into the neck, stepping through and down. Now when you're chopping his arm, this is a strike as well. You're striking it down right on the radial nerve, right back to that point. So it's here. Okay. Last one. Okay, the next technique we're going long sword. We're also going to do it in a couple of variations of why it's done that way, and it's also against a hook punch. Okay, that is your pinning thing. We're also using a camming block. We're stepping in, we're coming around. This hand goes right on the tricep tendon, and this hand slides down to the wrist. You turn around, using your hip, come down, and lock him up. Another variation, stepping in, and you can break the arm, just like that, okay? Go on this side. One time, the camming block. It's just like doing a rising block in your karate style, but your hand is open and it just blends in with it while this one crosses under and catches the tricep tendon, so you can allow the punch to go. He's already off balance. You're here and here. It goes down to your center. You turn with your hips, not with your arms. Once I get him to here, got him off balance, I turn, I drop, and set. That's the subduing, not so much pain part of it. This is what you, another variation, if you don't have time to take the guy down, pin him, if he has a weapon or whatever, you take him here and break. Instead of sliding down and pressing, you bring it back, break. Okay. One more time. Break. Notice you're bending the elbow just a little bit. That's giving you the bam. Two-way action. You're going down with this, pulling with this same time. Okay? Okay, the next technique, Sickle, inside leg reap, we're going to be doing it against a front kick. Okay? Now that's pretty combatively there. What you want to try to do is you're stepping off the line and angle to the inside of him, so that you, even if you miss this catch, that you're going to be out of the way of the kick. That's the most important thing. This leg over here, it'll come up here. As you can see, it's blocking that arm. That's what it's doing. It's trying to get his attention here. You take another step in and reap. You notice when I did that slowly how I had a hold of his shoulder to let him down. That's how you would do it in training. And there's your punch. You can throw a knee. Do a knee drop down into the groin. You can punch the groin. Okay? As you can see, one straight right at you. This is the direction that I'm going. This way. This is the direction I'm going. I'm not standing here trying to do this. Trying to catch it right in front. That's not the idea. Aiki, you're blending in. catching. This hand's going down, this hand's going under. And you grab, hit. Sweep. Punch. Goes this way. And these are just variations of the same thing we call thunder, and they're against roundhouse kicks. They are to the leg. The best thing to do first is basically just this. And he throws a round kick. A low one is just scoot back and get out of the way. When it fall through, just scoot back and fall, get out of the way. You don't want to try to mess with it. You don't want to try to reach down and grab it. But if you say you've got a wall behind you, you're timing, you can't get back. This is an ultra hard style of blocking, but it works very well. Okay? This is the first one. Okay? What we're doing here, slowly, is I'm bringing my knee up into his shin and then side kicking the leg in one motion. So it'd be like this. I'm here. Wham, wham. Okay? Very simple technique. Number two. The number two techniques, if I'm in a left lead, happen to be in a left lead, and he throws a right round kick, I would go here and stomp the leg with a shin kick. Go here, bring my knee out, got my arms blocking here, stomp the knee with that one. One more time. It will cause him a lot of pain to hit to your shin. Basically what you want to do with both of these kicks, slowly, you want to try to direct that knee right into the shin. Not shin against shin like this. Knee. 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 Kick. Okay? Okay, this is basically a very basic ground fighting technique. You're lying down in a prone position, whether you're getting knocked down this way or you're laying here or whatever, and you have your attacker standing in front of you. If you're on your back, you want to roll to your right side. As soon as he gets in range, slide forward, and this is a kick behind the leg. Here, I have his leg pinned there. I slide forward and heel kick the groin. Okay. You can do this two different ways. You can compress it like I did there, or kick to break. You're doing this motion with this as you do that with this. Okay? Slide in, heel kick to the groin. But you notice right here I have a pin. I have his leg pinned. Okay, one more time. So he cannot move. It makes it a little more difficult for him to react. If he does not know how to fall, this fall could damage him. He could fall on his elbows, break his, dislocate his collarbone. Slide forward, heel kick to the groin. Very simple, basic self-defense technique from the ground. Okay, this next is with weapons, the knife in particular. This technique here is called scorpion, sakyo, wrist crank. We're doing it over against the overhead knife attack. Alright, what we're doing there, we're stepping in at an angle, camming the arm up and away from us, putting him off balance. The knife wants to go by his body, then you step through and behind him. You turn, you take a step back. That's when you peel the knife out of him. Slide forward and turn, keeping a hold of the wrist. Take a step back with the right leg, drop your knee on the back of his neck, bend his arm into a hammerlock position with the wrist lock, and put the knife to his back. When the knife is to the person, he will settle down. Slowly. Stepping in, cam. Down into the arm. And this is what you want to feel like. You want to get him on his toes. Push, turn, step back. Drop your right knee on his neck. Bend the arm, pulling it towards your center, and put the knife to his body. Okay? Calm him down. They'll calm him down a lot quicker. You can also redirect it right into the leg. That's what the wrist lock looks like. You don't want to have any fingers on the wrist. Okay? You're just pulling it straight to your center for pain. More time. Okay, the next knife technique, backhand knife attack, and we're going to be doing a hammerlock with it. This one, we're also going to basically show you too that you can blend strikes in with your locks too as well if needed. But the main thing of it is you always want to get control of that weapon and take it away from that person. In, bam, double arm. If you let go of the knife, it's going to miss you. You take it down, bring him right up into an elbow, you have him off balance to the rear. Your arm wraps, knee to the body, hand comes down to here. Span. Okay, this next knife technique, knife attack, and we're going to be doing a technique called King Crocodile. It's an arm, break, elbow, throw all at the same time. Slowly. You're stepping in and around to here, hips, taking him down. The hand comes around next to his face, not your face. You step in. You have a Crocodile position on the arm, and you turn your hips into his elbow and shuffle forward. For the throw, grabbing the fist, stepping around toward his face. This next technique, last one of the knife series here, is called Soldier. It's one of my favorites, and that's the reason why I call it Soldiers, because it's such a workhorse in the self-defense system. It's probably has the least chance of going wrong than any technique against a knife or even a punch or anything of that nature. It's a very simple technique to learn. We're going to be doing it against a straight thrust knife attack. See, basically all I'm doing is using my Aiki, my Taisabaki, getting out of the way, engulfing his arm and dropping all my body weight on his arm slowly. Turn. There's the Kansetsuwaza, or the soldier, the arm locking part. And basically all I do is kick my left leg out and fall. You want to make sure that you're on top of your attacker. You don't want to be far away like this. You want to make sure that you're right on top of him so you have your chest to help back up. Then to take the knife away, all you do is turn it in the clockwise fashion, milk it out, put this arm underneath, and this arm here can elbow strike. You have the arm bar here. Very simple technique. It's one of my favorite, one of the easiest ones to do. Turn this way. I'm using my chest for the armbar. Once I get him down. Always take your time getting the knife away from your attacker. You have him under control, you have him in this lock, there's no big hurry to get the knife away from him. Okay, last time. Combat speed. Very simple, easy technique to learn. Like I said, it's my favorite, or one of my favorites.